Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So let's clarify. Let's clarify this staying more than 30 days that they've said. Because I know I get a lot of questions on uh what if I'm staying longer? What if you know, I'm gonna be in the Philippines more than 30 days? What should I do? So let's get that addressed today or tonight. We'll wait on everybody to hop on before we get started. So come on in, come on in. I'm gonna wait on everybody to hop on, then we'll get started. Mhm. Hello, hello. How are you guys? How are you guys doing? Oh my god. My first audience is my baby. That's fun. My first audience is my baby. Hello, Forrest Eaton. Good evening, Ziad. Hello, hello. So hello to 25. That's it. Roger. Hey, Pops. Good morning. Gina, good evening. So how's our audio? Audio okay? Hello, good evening, Ma'am Addie. Hey, Jesse. So let's do an audio check. Let us do an audio check. Because I have some stuff that I want to show you guys. Because the new resolution is kind of confusing, to be honest. It's really confusing. So I will share this with you, and we will analyze this together. Uh, though I already have an idea what it entails. So I can hear you loud and clear. Good evening, Miss Addie. Hi, baby love. JMS LLC. Hello, Indian Napo. Audio is very clear. So there's 35 in the room. So let's of foreign nationals into the Philippines yesterday. It was a success, actually. The Department of Tourism was so surprised on, I think there was over 3,000 tourists came into the Philippines yesterday. They thought that there's only going to be like 10, 15 because of the pandemic, but they got surprised on the crowd that they received yesterday. And the good thing about foreign tourists, you guys are not included on the travel cap. So there is really no cap on how many tourists the Philippines can only cater. So the Philippines can cater foreign tourists for as long as they can. So like I said, on the new IATF Resolution 160D, this was released the day before the opening of the Philippines. It's kind of confusing because used to be when a foreign tourist flies into the Philippines, a visa upon arrival, they can extend their visa before it expires. A foreign tourist can get a 30-day visa upon arrival into the Philippines coming from the non-visa country, coming from the 157 countries. So usually it was like that. It's been like that since the pandemic. It's been like that since it's been like that for a long time. That has been the policy of the Philippines for foreign tourists visiting into the country. You will be given 30 days, then you are able to extend that visa if you want to stay longer. But this pandemic has really shifted some protocols. Some used to be protocols or used to be rules of the Bureau of Immigration. So now, no, none of the tourists. Well, according to, we will get to that later. Then for the new resolution, to me it sounded like they are only allowing foreign tourists to stay in the Philippines for 30 days. So I am going to share you guys my screen so that we can all analyze what the IATF is saying, because this was just released, like I said, the day before it starts. So I am going to pull up my screen. I am going to share with you guys my screen, and we can all analyze what the IATF is saying. So on the previous, on the new ruling, you guys can see it on IATF resolution number 160D. So it says this is for foreign nationals entering through 9A visa. If you guys don't know, 9A visa is the temporary visitor's visa or the tourist visa. It says over here, foreign nationals covered by Section A and B. Section AB, intending to stay beyond 30 days for the purposes other than tourism or leisure, or not covered or qualified under A1A or A1B. I am going to show you guys what Section A1A entails and Section A1B entails. Or foreign nationals from visa required countries or restricted foreign nationals may enter the Philippines through an entry exemption document or EED issued under the IATF rules and regulation. So, what do you guys think of that? If we analyze A1A, I am going to share this screen. I am going to share the screen of A1A. So it says A1A. Stop sharing. Hang on, I will pull it up. Please bear with me. So A1A, it says, so the A1A, these are qualify as foreign Filipino citizens with Balikbayan under Republic Act 9174, including their spouse or children who are not balikbayans in their own right and are traveling with them to the Philippines, provided they are not restricted nationals. And the A1B are those foreign nationals or citizens of countries, the 157 countries that are not required on visa upon that are not included that are non-visa required countries. And because I got confused about this resolution, I did message the Bureau of Immigration regarding this. And it says that the announcement regarding the extension, all extension will be subject for the approval of the commissioner. We're still waiting for further guidelines and clarification with IATF regarding this matter. So they have not really said that the extension is still the same as it used to, because if you look at foreign nationals coming from the visa-free country, it would say that you have to have the 30 days, not more than 30 days return ticket. So that is what it says. I know it's kind of confusing, but it says foreign nationals covered by A1A, A1B, intending to stay. A1B, these are foreign nationals coming from the non-visa required countries for the purposes other than tourism or leisure, or not covered or qualified under A1A or section A1B above. This is the former Filipinos or foreign nationals from visa required countries or restricted foreign nationals may enter the Philippines through an entry exemption document EED issued under the existing rules and regulation provided. So to me it sounded like if you are a former Filipino or foreign nationals coming from non-visa required, especially the foreign nationals coming from the non-visa required, because former Filipinos can stay up to 1 year provided that they can show proof that they were former Filipinos before, like old Philippine passport, PSA birth certificate, and that Balikbayan stamp that they have on their passport when they traveled to the Philippines before. So it's more like foreign tourists coming from the visa-free countries who intend to stay longer than 30 days in the Philippines, other than the purpose of tourism and business. Looks like it will have to get EED. That is my understanding. How about you guys? Did you guys have the same understanding on what the resolution has said on this new IATF resolution that they just implement yesterday or the day before it opened? So it's like, and like I said, when you message the Bureau of Immigration, they would say that all visa extension is subject for approval. So meaning they are not doing the same protocol like they used to. Yes, they did bring back the visa upon arrival, but they're only letting foreign nationals, especially coming from the visa country, to stay for 30 days. We have one subscriber, James, but I don't really want James to get in trouble. But I would like James to ask one of the immigration officer if visa extension can be done. So, you know, but that is my understanding. That's why I wanted to share this resolution with you guys so we can understand it better. We can analyze it word for word, sentence by sentence. That's their policy at the moment. Yeah, probably because the opening of the Philippine border is this is a trial. We all know this is a trial that the Philippine government is going to observe what's the effect of us, what's the effect, especially in our health and safety protocols in the what is going to the what is going to be the effect when the Philippine borders is now open. Are we going to have a surge, or is it going to be manageable? Or that is why foreign nationals, they only allow fully vaccinated foreign nationals to enter into the Philippines. They don't allow unvaccinated foreigners into the Philippines yet.
It's also a way for the police to make money.
Huh? Why?
Bribes to keep from getting no not wearing your mask ticket.
Buwang. And over here in the Philippines, like I said, I know in the US, mask mandate has been lifted over there in some state. In the Philippines, it's mandatory. You actually get fined. You actually can go to jail if you are not wearing your mask. So they are very, I guess they are doing this so they will not overwhelm our health system and stuff. Because, like I said, they are expecting about 15,000 foreign tourists coming in the next 2 weeks. We already got the first wave yesterday, and until today, they still keep coming. And I know some of you guys have already scheduled to fly to the Philippines next month in April, May, June, so on and so forth. So I guess they are only allowing 30 days at the moment. So, because that is my understanding. So, I don't know if you guys will agree of what we have read, but uh I am going to start reading your messages. Yeah, for sure. Expect more as days goes by. I completely agree with you on that. Because like I said, this is all a trial. They are going to see, you know how the IATF works. They love to study stuff. The experts loves to observe what's going on. So this is going to be a challenge for them on how they can sustain the safety of the Filipino people as well as foreign tourists visiting into the Philippines. My fiance, he come next, then he wants staying more than 30 days. Possible po ba, ma'am? According to the resolution, if you are planning on staying more than 30 days, you will have to secure EED. And securing the EED will have to be done prior to departure, not when you are in the Philippines already. Thank you for all the info. Be there the 14th. Wow.
Wow. Well,
Safe travels, Gary. I am going through stuff na, my love.
you need to go up
I need to go up. Why?
because Ipuna Dingle had a question for you.
Oh, okay. Here, I saw it. Just want to ask, I'm a US citizen. Is there a limit to go vacation in the Philippines or it's only for visa holders? When you say US citizen, are you a naturalized citizen or US born citizen? Because there's two types of US citizen, that's naturalized and US born. Just install the Trace app, something new. Well, according to our subscribers who went to the Philippines yesterday, they were asked for Trace app. So I know some don't really include Trace app, but I have always include Trace app in my videos because I would rather have it than not need it, or than not having it than it's needed. Health pass 3 days before arrival. Same thing, 3 days prior to departure. None of the tourists was denied. According to our subscribers who flew from Guam to the Philippines, there were quite a bit of foreign tourists who were denied from boarding because they don't have travel insurance. So travel insurance is a must. They were denied boarding. Airlines are checking. They are checking documents, one documents, the next documents. Yes, they denied boarding. When Philippines will also open for visa required countries, been waiting. I don't think the Philippines is closed. It's open. You just waiting for the 9A visa to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Hello, madam. Nakapasok ba foreigner di vaccinated? Unfortunately, hindi po. Hindi nila ina-allow yung mga unvaccinated sa ngayon. Yes, they were people denied. Yep. I am using mobile print. It's too small to read.
It is.
Mobile print?
On the mobile, when you
Mm-hmm.
brought up the screens,
Mm-hmm.
it was too small to read.
Oh, okay. Oh, the ones I was sharing.
Yeah.
I will leave the link in the description box, guys, so you guys can check what I read earlier. What if You apply for SRRV when you arrive. I know you can apply online and do it on arrival. The SRRV is a complete different category. Now that the visa upon arrival is allowed, I think PRA has posted an announcement on that when that happened. Let me see if I can pull it up. But that is a complete that is a different scenario with SRRV. I am looking for it, Roger. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah. OMG, too much hassle. My head hurts thinking about all these requirements. This is crazy. It just sounds like a way to get money prior to entry. Maybe because they know more foreigners will stay longer. Probably. Wait. Now you're saying a US citizen cannot stay over 30 days. That's what the resolution has said.
That's what we understand the
That's how we
resolution to say.
understand it. Unless the what do you call this?
You can still try to get an extension
Mm-hmm.
because it says all extensions require approval.
So you might just need to you it would require an approval from the ambassador, the chief.
But regardless, your ticket has to be
30
your
days.
exit ticket has to be within 30 days.
Yeah.
So, regardless, go down and apply for the extension. If you don't get it, you've already got your exit ticket out of the Philippines in 30 days. Just turn around and come back in.
See, this was the advisory of I will share it again. This was the advisory of the PRA. I know this is going to be small again, guys. I apologize. But I'm going to read it for your reference. So for all special, I posted this actually in our community. So for all special resident retirees visa SRV applicants who are still outside of the Philippines, in view of the recent approved IATF Resolution 159 dated January 27. This is when they approved for the Philippine borders to open. Fully vaccinated nationals of non-visa required country under Executive 408, these are the non-visa required, the 157, will be allowed entry into the Philippines starting February 10. That was yesterday. Pursuant to this, the Philippine Retirement Authority will no longer endorse entry exemption document requests to the Department of Tourism and Department of Affairs for fully vaccinated nationals of the said list countries. These non-visa because before the Philippine borders were open, if you are an applicant of SRRV, the Philippine Retirement Authority will actually make an endorsement to the Department of Tourism and the Department of Affairs for your entry exemption document so you can apply for the 9A visa so you can enter the Philippines. But since this has been lifted, however, all SRRV applicant of countries not included under Executive Order 408, these are the 157 countries, will still be required an EED to enter the country. So, SRV applicants will comply with the existing test and quarantine protocols, including vaccination compliance for arriving passengers set forth by the IATF for all international ports of entry. So I hope I was able to answer your question.
So, yes, it sounds like you can apply for an SRRV as soon as you hit.
Yep. What happened to Balikbayan 1-year visa? The Balikbayan 1-year visa is still on. That was also one of the revised resolution. The former Filipinos, along with their spouses, children, as long as they are traveling together, are not required to have the return ticket anymore, as they can stay in the Philippines for 1 year. But you guys are required to get a travel insurance. So please take note of that. Yes, correct. Do you get 59 days with EED? If you guys are issued a 9A visa with EED, that's usually the
59 days.
yeah, 59 days stay. I know. What about those who have been there for like 2 years on tourist visa? They have to leave within 30 days. I don't think that might not apply to them. I don't know how the Bureau of Immigration is going to manage that since they are in the Philippines already. But this resolution is dated and has been implemented since February 10. That was yesterday. So I can almost bet you that only those who are entering from that date going forward. And those that are already here will probably just continue what they are doing. How about if I have family there? Like, I'm expecting to see my fiance in March, and I thought you could extend our visa 7 days before expiration and just rent a ticket and then apply for extension visa. Is this still possible? According to the resolution, this is subject to approval by the Bureau of Immigration Commissioner. But with the ticket, they are very adamant on the 30 days return ticket or outbound ticket. Like my husband said earlier, you can still try to extend your visa, or what you guys can do when you hit the Philippines, and when you get time to, you got time to
I would do it 2 weeks before.
go visit the Bureau of Immigration, I would go there personally and ask, hey, what's up? Can I extend my visa or not? Hopefully it goes well. No more additional or changes in rules. Oh, we're hoping so. Naturalized citizen. So Euphemia is a naturalized citizen. So
Okay.
Euphemia, you can actually avail the Balikbayan visa. You have to show your old or expired Philippine passport or your PSA birth certificate. How?
And she has to have insurance for her whole stay.
Yes. How about if I have family there? You have to stay 30 days only. Sisoy, are you a Filipino or naturalized U.S. citizen? What category are you? This is insane. What do you have to have for staying longer than 30 days? Entry exemption document according to the IATF. You can install the Trace app on your phone at any time. It says when I check mine every day, it works. They should allow you to do that with the One Health Pass as well. Thank you, Domingo. Why come if we can't extend beyond 30 days? I don't know.
Well, most people that are coming over are only going to be here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, tops 4 weeks.
Yep.
You know, if you are planning on staying, then as soon as you hit the ground, I would start the SRRV process. Or if you're planning on coming over here and getting married and staying that way, as soon as you hit the ground, I would pretty much have the ceremony ready to go.
Or, like I said, as soon as you get to the Philippines, and if you have time, I would go to the nearest Bureau of Immigration in our area and ask this ahead of time. I knew I should have waited. This is really screwed. Please explain how a person, U.S. citizen entering the Philippines under visa-free program 30 days max can apply for an ED extension. Please provide a link with instruction. That's the thing. They did not really request letter to the Department of Foreign Affairs for your entry exemption document, Emmanuel. they continue this for another couple years, you're not gonna see any foreigners wanting to go to the Philippines. I have a wife and son there, and I'm ready to give up someone visiting. Will, that's understandable. Foreign owl. Hi, Addie. Hey, Vinsoy. It's quite confusing. I tried to call the Philippine embassy here in Hong Kong. They said Philippines only open for free visa free country. 9A visa is only for Filipino spouse, children, parents, and for business only. It says on the resolution, to those nationals and citizens of countries that are required to have a visa to enter, they have to apply for the EED and the visa. I'm a former Filipino. My daughter, she's still a green card. My question is, my daughter, she still need a travel insurance or no? No, uh she doesn't need travel insurance. Hello, Addie. Hi, Annalisa. Why Saudi Arabia not allow their vaccine to enter the country? Did you know, Madam, how Saudi were they get international? Oh, this one too. I was referred by one vlogger, Kahowan, to one of his viewers because sister his sister's boyfriend from Saudi Arabia, they have what they call this. They have a child together. So he came in before the borders were open. So he had a 9A visa. He was able to enter the Philippines. The only catch to it is Saudi Arabia is non is not on the list with the reciprocal agreement with the Philippines. So what happened is he was admitted to the Philippines, but or was able to oh no, he was allowed to enter the Philippines, but he has to go through quarantine, the 5 days quarantine, and the swab test is on the fifth day. So I'm coming to the Philippines to get married. Would marriage be an exception to tourist or business reason for the 30 days visa free program? I'm able to apply for ED. So, to be honest, they put these protocols out, but there's a lot more information that's lacking to explain it a lot better on, for example, they are wanting for you to apply for EED if you are staying longer than 30 days, but they don't have any instructions where to get it, how to get it, what are the requirements to get that particular document so you can apply for, so you can stay longer in the Philippines. So that's the thing. I have been in contact with the Bureau of Immigration, but they have the same answer on my inquiries every day. I would email the DFA tomorrow. Hopefully, somebody can answer that inquiry on how to get the entry exemption. Hi to all. Hey, Hobo. How to apply for the EED? As far as I know, when they said based on the rules of the IATF and the guidelines of the IATF, when it comes to the entry exemption document, you have to apply this at the Department of Foreign Affairs. I found a hotel in Lapu-Lapu that says under 18 or over 60 cannot check in. Oh, they have because over here in the Philippines, if you are 18 years old and below, you can't go out. Or if you are 60 years old and up, you can't go out. But flying into Cebu, because this is an international flight, Hobo, they may have a leeway on that. You have to email the hotel. My fiance started applying for SRRV visa now while he is still in the States, then is going to finish it here. Yep, that's usually it. Hi, Ma'am Addie. How to get EED? How long to? Just like I don't really say this is what leaves us hanging. We have already analyzed that if you are staying longer, you need that EED. The problem is they did not put up an instruction on how to get it and where to get it. As far as I know, you have to get it from the Department of Foreign Affairs. But what the requirements would be, I don't know. I will get a hold of the DFA, not tomorrow, but this Saturday. Usually, Philippine government offices are closed on the weekend, so I may not get a hold of them until Monday. Good morning, family. Hey, brother Jess. Good morning. Da, can I have some charger? I need to charge my phone. So I wanted to go live and see if we can analyze this all. And I'm glad we are all on the same page of our analyzation on what really entails to the new protocols that the IATF has posted the other day. The IATF 160D. Duh. Can I have a
Hang on a
charger?
minute.
Only Philippines, too much headache for policy, my God. So why Philippines are too poor country, no use their mind this government. I would be careful bashing. I'm not trying to side the Philippine government, but sometimes you really have to be careful when you badmouth them because that's not going to work on your advantage, especially if you are a visitor in the Philippines. You are a visitor in the Philippines, no offense meant, you have to abide by the law of the Philippines. Just like Filipinos have to abide by the law of the US when they are there. Sorry, just joined. Are we good to go longer than 50 days, 30 days officially? No, actually, according to the resolution, you will have to apply for the entry exemption document if you are staying longer than 30 days. I just got here. I assume the topics is EED. Yes, Hobo. You need to apply for EED for purposes other than tourism. Reading that literally an EED would not be needed for tourist visa. He's actually got a point on that. Yeah, he said that's actually right. Foreign nationals covered by Section A1B intending to stay beyond 30 days for purposes other than tourism or leisure or not covered or qualified under this section above for nationals. You're actually right. So if you're here other than tourism and leisure purposes, you don't need an EED. But our problem with that, Tim, is when you contact the Bureau of Immigration, it would say that uh what do you call this? The all extension is pending approval. So I don't really know what they mean on that. Airlines believe that only 30 days are good and some will not sell longer. That one too. I actually talked to one of our subscribers. He was trying to book his flight to the Philippines entering as a foreign tourist. They will not let him book beyond 30 days. Airlines believe that only 30 days are good and some will not sell longer. Yep. Actually heard of those from our subscribers. So, and airlines, according to that one subscriber that boarded for the Philippines, he said they really check. They compute if you are only here for 30 days. That if you have uh exit ticket after 30 days. Interesting. My 9A visa states that EED is not required as per because you applied before it ano hobo. You applied before the new resolution came out. So your 9A visa should be good. In the UK, I can book longer than 30 days as I inquired. The streamlines having to apply for an extension by giving 59 days with EED. Airlines are basing such info on those. Yeah, I know. It's like they are very keen. They are very keen on following that resolution. That resolution says 30 days, it's 30 days. So, if that's really the ruling, if they don't allow extension, then you will have to exit and come back again. You know, just in case I bought an exit ticket to Singapore for 60 within the 30-day limit. Cool. That better be safe than sorry, hobo. I know you have been uh preparing for this trip. So they still have to do a lot of tweaking on this resolution. So if I applied for tourist visa here in the US for tourism and planning for marriage to my fiance, there would I still have to apply for EED. I would call the uh Philippine embassy or Philippine consulate in the US on how they work on that. How's that gonna work? If I leave and want to come back, another COVID test. Amazing. For sure. You have to go through the same requirements again, brother Jess. It's probably the same. It's probably the same expense because, or maybe quite the same, because if you are extending, for example, if they really allow the visa extension, if you are extending for 6 months, that's about $300 for 6 months. That's about $300 for 6 months. So if you fly somewhere in the neighboring Asian countries for $50, then RT-PCR test again for $75, you actually save more by doing it, you know? Thank you. You're welcome. Hello again. I'm dual citizen. My son is flying with me in March, so I can stay longer over there, over 30 days. Yes, you are a dual citizen, definitely. I hope that by applying for either SRRV or 13A after I arrive in mid-March, I will be exempted from being forced to leave when my visa expires. I doubt they will force you to leave because they want you to extend your visa for the purpose of the process of SRRV and 13A. I know 13A takes, because what I've heard from one of our subscribers, that they will get your SRRV processed and approved within the visa you have. For example, if you have 59 days, they will get it approved before that expires. That's not the case with 13A, because with my husband, we applied on September the 14th. September. He got approved in November. That's the approval. So the visa implementation is not even until December, and the photo capturing and fingerprint. And until now, we don't even have his ACRI card yet. Thanks for the LAX PCR test info. I learned that one has to make an appointment no earlier than 5 days in advance of the test. Oh, cool. Yeah, I wouldn't go there just walk in. It would really But like I said, guys, this is the new resolution. We all read it, so we all have our own different interpretation on it. But to be really satisfied on how it's gonna work, if you are still in the States, I would contact the Bureau of Immigration or contact any of the Philippine embassies over there. Or when you get to the Philippines, I would go to the Bureau of Immigration and ask it myself personally over there on what's up. Are you guys going to let me extend my visa or not? So you guys can plan ahead of time. Don't do it 1 week before it expires. I would do it as soon as possible so you can plan ahead on what you need to do. Thank you. You're welcome. Good evening. Morning, Eaton Squad. Addie from Edina, Minnesota. Snowing here today. Ugh. All yours, Gary. Do I apply for SRRV in the Philippines? What I you can apply, you can do your initial application in the States. Then finish your application here in the Philippines. Now that the visa upon arrival is reinstated, you can also apply the SRRV right away in the Philippines. Thank goodness I have not bought a ticket. Was not planning on going for 3 months. It might change. They might have a better protocol after this wave. Do they do background check in the Philippines for SRRV? Yes, they actually with one of our subscribers who went through the process. He had to get FBI clearance from the States. FBI clearance is a background check. No matter what the outcome, we are better off now than we are months ago. That is actually true. It's actually, if they only allow you to enter they only allow you to stay 30 days, then be it. Like Hobo said, it's a lot better than the Philippine borders being closed. You can't really compare the protocols now and compare it to the Philippine borders being closed for almost 2 years. We don't want that. I already knew they would screw up people over. I'm from the UK. For sure there are Philippine embassies in the UK. So guys, to just recap as what we read, please have your own understanding, because I don't want to say that yes, you have to get EED. No, you don't have to get EED. Yes, the visa extension is allowed. No, the visa extension is allowed, because their protocol is leaving us hanging on where we should go. But the best thing to do it is inquire inquire what's up, if you guys can extend the visa. When you apply for SRRV on arrival, I know they tell you to extend for 59 days. I inquired about this in 2018 at their office in AC. That's cool. Thank you, Roger. It's been 90 degrees Fahrenheit in LA. Wonderful. Last week, nothing like Minnesota, but cold also. It doesn't snow in California.
Yes, it does.
Which part?
The mountains.
Oh, the
And up
mountains.
north.
North of California, yeah.
The northern part of California and up in the mountains.
Bottom line is, we call the embassy or consulate. You will get 1K answer to a yes and no questions. That is true. It's funny because I don't think they really train the representative to. They don't. You call you. They don't. What do you call this? They don't train them, or they don't brief them on what is the protocol. Dang, the film girl always changing things. JRC Consultancy Philippines can help. That is true too. This is one of the reasons why we heard for interview on this. Maybe I should get a hold of JRC Consultancy and see if I could get an interview. No? So we can all be, we can all be enlightened on this. Let's see if we can get an interview with him. If things get too complicated, I will get in contact with an agent to sort all this out for me. Yep. It's colder here in Anchorage, Alaska. Ay, ay, ay. Too much now trying to go back home. I guess I'm stuck here for now. Oh. Call one consulate. If you don't like their answer, call another office for a better answer. Lots of laugh. That's just confusing. It's I know it's hard for some of you because they don't have a concrete, what do you call this? They don't have a concrete uh I just colored protocol for it. Love it, traveling hobo. I know. So I'm sorry guys if I can't really confirm anything with you with regards to staying longer than 30 days. So hello, does my 3-year-old need RT-PCR test? I believe 3 years old below is exempted. So if he's 3 years old, I have confidence everything will be sorted out more sooner than later. Yeah, for sure. Especially they got the first wave of foreign tourists yesterday than today. For sure, the IATF, the Department of Tourism, will work things out like a lot more easier for foreign tourists coming into the Philippines. So we might hear another update again in the next few days. And hopefully, good update. Do you think this will change by next week? Lots of laugh. That we don't know. Addie for Secretary of Immigration. Actually, they were hiring. I even told my husband, should I apply for that position at the Bureau of Immigration Manila? Then you guys just come look for me at the airport so I can give you a pass. And quarantine and IATF and president. Oh my god. Then everybody would hate me for that. That's funny. But no, I wanted to. I know it's not easy, and that's why I am very careful in giving information. I am very careful in giving information because somebody could actually get in trouble if you are giving wrong information. That is why I wanted to share how I understood it. And actually Tim got a point on that. If you are staying longer, then Tim got a point on that earlier, as it reads that if you are staying longer, uh more than tourism or leisure purposes, you might not have to apply for EED, or they might what do you call this? They might extend your visa. But again, it contradicts to what oh my god, where's my charger? Wait, my laptop is about to die. It's like, but again, it contradicts to what the Bureau of Immigration is saying when you inquire that uh, all visa extensions are what does it says? All visa extension. Wait, I will pull it up again. All visa extension will be subject for the approval of the commissioner. So and the Bureau of Immigration has not really said anything on their page. So Hurry up and wait. The story of my life. Oh no. Gary, yes, they do police check in Philippines, but you have to have police check in your own country as well as bring it with you no longer than 6 months. Yep, for SRRV. I wonder if there is any time of police report locally here in LA, maybe FBI file. FBI. I think for SRRV you need the FBI clearance. But what? No? What?
Somebody said you can get. You just need a background. You just need a. You can get like your state
Oh,
KPI
yeah,
or
okay. Local background check. Do you know who to contact for background check? That's Rogers. Just in case, I applied for a boom boom visa. Oh my god. This is not LDR. I talked to JRS just yesterday. Mind to share, Tim, what they have said with JRS? I'm gonna contact them tonight and see if I could do a consultation. I wonder how much will that cost. I'm ready to go to Mageti this April. Is there a police check needed for 13A? NBI, Hobo. National Bureau of Immigration Clearance. It's kind of like the counterpart in the US FBI. Huh? NBI
National Bureau.
of Investigation.
Okay.
Why? What did I say? He's correcting me. I'm not even. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's the NBI is what you want. JRS said they are waiting for clarity also, but most local BI offices seem to still be doing extensions. Oh, even them don't even have the confirmation on that yet. So,
Well,
thank you for that, Tim. Thank you so much.
most will probably be doing extensions, but that does not necessarily mean that those coming in will be able to get extensions.
Yeah, it's like they would probably do extensions to those who's been here for a long time, but probably not to those who just came in February 10. But like Tim said, even the JRC visa consultancy is also waiting for the clarity on this new protocol. Yeah, you have to get background check from the FBI, and it has to be a path licensed by the Department of State in the US for your SRRB. Thank you, Pops. So even a visa consultant office is unsure, is unclear on what really the protocol is. You know, can JRC do background check? That I'm not sure. You will have to contact them, Gary. Tim, when you called JRC, did you have to pay for consulting them? I want to know because I would like to. I know Filipina P uses them. I see the guy all the time when Filipina P is updating when she does immigration update. She always has the JRC consultancy. Gary, the police in your own country in the Philippines, contact the PRA, the Philippine Retirement Authority. Google it. You will find an email address. Hmm. So we'll have to wait for more announcement on this so we can really confirm what's up. What's up? I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys. Hopefully, we don't get copyrighted on this. I will just mute it, but I'm gonna show you a news for foreign tourists coming into the Philippines. This is from CNN. See, they're all coming. He's from the Bureau of Immigration.
Most of the returning passengers are overseas Filipino workers. Meanwhile, based on immigration records, foreign visitors are coming mainly from the US and Canada. The Philippine government noted that this new rule has boosted the country's tourism sector. Foreigners are starting to arrive, expressing excitement in visiting the Philippines after a long while.
I miss my walks in Mama Killing because it's always very good air over there, and I miss going bird watching in that area. Yeah.
Under Executive Order 408, nationals from 157 countries may enter the country without a visa for an initial stay of 30 days. These countries include Canada, Japan, Singapore, US, New Zealand, Malaysia, and South Korea. However, foreign tourists from countries not listed under the EO need to secure a 9A visa and an entry exemption document or EED through the Philippine embassies or consulates abroad. Visitors should be fully vaccinated and present their vaccination certificates from their original country. All tourists are also required to present a negative RT-PCR test taken at least 48 hours prior to their departure, a return ticket, a passport valid for at least 6 months, and a travel and health insurance for COVID-19 with a minimum coverage of 35,000 US dollars or at least 1.7 million peso worth of insurance coverage. This should be valid for the entire duration of their stay. Visitors who fail to comply will be returned back at the airports and book on the first available flight to their port of origin.
Yeah, they're
Foreign
very strict.
spouses and children of Filipino citizens, even balikbayans, will no longer be required to have return tickets
But
not later than 30 days from the date of arrival in the Philippines. The Bureau of Immigration expects that the number of foreign nationals visiting the country to increase as summer approaches. Stanley Gahete, CNN Philippines.
that's the latest
Patay rin yung
news.
ano, Aiden.
Oh my god. I have to
Saan?
now we're doing so they probably need police check in the US and have it apostilled. Yep. Yep, that's true. Sorry, that should be. Yep. Are movie theaters, restaurant, bars open in the Philippines? Yes, here in Jensen, our theaters are actually open. But
Just have to be fully
you have to
vaccinated
be
to go
fully
in.
vaccinated so you can go in. Bars are open over here too. But you have to be fully vaccinated so you can go in. Casinos are open actually. But again, you have to be fully vaccinated to be able to go in. So those
Malls are open, but you have to be fully vaccinated
yes,
before
malls
you
are
can go
open.
in.
You have to be fully vaccinated before you go in. Our malls over here are checking if you are fully vaccinated or not because if you're not fully vaccinated, you can't come in. They are strict, very strict on that. That is probably why the Philippines, no offense to those who doesn't want to get vaccinated. I respect your rights on that, your freedom of choosing not to be fully vaccinated, but I guess that is why the Philippine government really requires for foreign tourists to be fully vaccinated. YouTuber Havern Travels made it to Manila on the 10th, but his vaccine happened in Montenegro. He was sent to quarantine. Yes, I think as far as I know, those countries with reciprocal agreement with the Philippines, their vaccination card or certificate will be accepted, no questions asked. Because they have an agreement with the Philippines on whatever these countries listed with reciprocal agreement with the Philippines that their vaccination will be accepted in the Philippines, just like the US. The US and the Philippines have reciprocal agreement, so the CDC vaccination card from the US is accepted in the Philippines. If you are coming from the country without the reciprocal agreement with the Philippines, it doesn't mean that they can deny you from entry. They can still accept you, but you will have to go through quarantine the 5 days. Like I said, I was referred by one vlogger to one of his viewers who's the boyfriend of his sister is in quarantine right now and he's only got 2 weeks off from work. and he's gonna quarantine for 5 days. So I need to watch Havern Travels on that. So like I said, guys, I'll keep you guys posted on if they have any info on visa extension. I will get my husband to call the Bureau of Immigration Monday because they are closed on weekends over here. So comes Monday, I will have Forrest call the immigration because he's an American. They would disclose more information to him than me. And he could ask if the visa extension will be permitted. And we will also ask if the conversation on the phone can be recorded so we can show you guys proof that we have called the Bureau of Immigration. So we can ask if that can be recorded. So we will get to work and we will uh but we will inquire on what's the best way to do it. So I hope they will allow extension. I arrive at 27th February. I'm really hoping to, Tobias. Just like Tim said earlier that he was talking to JRC visa consultant the visa extension. So we don't really know yet is this is permitted. The IATF will make an announcement on the details on that. So hopefully we can hear from them. Tomorrow is weekend. Usually they post an update, but most of the time they will post on Monday. Google sent my wife a notice that her channel is qualified to become monetized. Oh wow! Congratulations, Hobo. Congrats. Apply right away. Apply right away. So this is our quick travel update, guys. I wanted to hop on and update you guys what's going on, and I wanted to share so we all have an understanding on on this protocol, this new protocol and stuff. So hopefully we can hear from them anytime soon that with regards to visa because it's very important. It's like some foreign nationals are coming into the Philippines because weddings were on hold when the Philippines were closed for foreign tourists. So now that they are open, for sure they're gonna be working on that wedding that was pending for a long time. So hopefully we can hear from them very very soon. But I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Maraming salamat. If you guys have any questions, concerns, you can always message me in our Facebook page, same handle, the Eaton Squad, and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. So if it's very urgent, I will reply as soon as I can. But so far this is our travel update for today. Maraming salamat for joining. Thank you for your questions. I hope I was able to answer some, and I apologize if it is unclear if the visa extension is going to be permitted or if you guys need EED and stuff like that. But like I said, as soon as we know something, I am going to let you guys know as soon as I can. So, maraming salamat, Tim. Thank you so much for that insight from the JRC consultancy. I really appreciate that. Thank you for giving that info, and thank you so much, guys, to those who has been giving information over here. Maraming salamat. I hope to see you guys in our next travel update. Stay safe, everyone. Bye. God bless.